You are about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people.
Welcome to motherfucking Detroit.
What up, though? What up, though? It's Detroit Mail again with another podcast. Welcome to the No Name Podcast. We'll be calling that until we come up with a name. So for right now, it is the No Name Podcast. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. That is, you go to YouTube, to the IOW Sports Network. You can go to Facebook, to IOW Sports Network. And we have our own Facebook page where you can give your hot take. If you got a hot take, you can upload your hot take. If you just can't hold on to it, you need to put it somewhere, put it on the IOW network. If you have your own podcast that you want to promote, you can upload that to our Facebook page. And as Lamar always says, the key word is networking. So if you're selling something, pushing something, or there's something you just want to show off, you can upload it to the IOW network. We also, every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m., we stream live to YouTube, Twitch, and our IOW network Facebook page. So, if you want to get in on that, you want to call in, give your take, or just drop something in the comments, you are welcome to do that every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Now we got also we have our IOW snapback hats. If you're interested in that, you can hit us up on Cash App, IOW Network on Cash App, and you can send $30 and a address, and we will ship you off a brand new, fresh IOW Network snapback. Now we got that out the way. I saw a video that kind of caught my attention. It says, and I think you can see it in the thumbnail, that the Detroit Lions are pathetic. And I was like, so this must be clickbait. Let me click on and see what they're talking about. So I watched the video. I'm not going to mention the guy's name because my point is not really to get into a back and forth with the person who made the video, but to bring out some points and then talk about those points and talk about how I'll respond as a fan. So the first thing he brought up, he brought up Matthew Stafford. He said Matthew Stafford been with the Lions for so long, never won a playoff game, but as soon as he left and went to the Rams, he won the Super Bowl. He brought that up as one of the points of his argument. After that, what I thought was strange is that he kind of went back and forth in the video. He would trash the Lions and then praise the Lions. He said that he thought his next point was he thought that it would be good for the Lions to win, not only for the fan base, but also for the league. He also praised the Detroit Lions fan base and said that we are the most loyal fans that he ever seen in the league. But after that, he says that although we are loyal fans, and winning will be good for the league, we've been so irrelevant and suck for so long that doesn't matter. He did praise the Lions draft picks with Hutch and Williamson. He said they have a few pieces as far as Swift, St. Brown, TJ Hockenson, and Penei Sewell. He said, I think it's a direct quote. He said, but let's face it, the Lions were an absolute embarrassment last year and a joke for only winning 3 games. He says that, and his other point that he brought up was that the Lions are being praised by the league as America's team. He said people are acting like Alliance are America's team. He said, but they have a guy like in Dan Campbell who cries after every game. He he said he states that this dude cries like a big crybaby. He says the saddest shit that he's seen ever. He said that when Dan Campbell won his first game, that um he cried tears of joy, and he belittled Dan Campbell for crying. I'm gonna lay out all these points, and I'm gonna go back and talk about them. He also said that it's pathetic that Campbell cried in the locker room in front of his teammates. He said that's the most babyish thing he ever seen in his life. He said, and people honor and respecting Dan Campbell for doing that. He talked about Jamal Williams' speech and how he cried during the speech, and he said how pathetic that was. He says that he says that we as fans should be embarrassed by his pathetic display and behavior of the Lions. He said the Lions are a pathetic joke of a team and shouldn't be celebrated for mediocrity. The Lions, he said the Lions are the worst team in the NFC North and possibly be argued to be the worst team in the league. And that was the gist of his video. So the biggest thing that caught that caught my attention when I saw this video was the fact that he continued to preface how pathetic the Lions were. And his reasoning for us to be pathetic was that our head coach, Dan Campbell, crying. He said that was a pathetic display as a head coach. Now, I'm going to say this. There's a many people that always trash the Lions. When I'm in groups, and I'm in talks about sports at work, when I go through a lot of different things, we talk about Detroit Lions, people always trash them. So I'm used to that. But to say they pathetic, I think, is a personal attack. It's a difference between having an opinion about a team and then talking or saying they are pathetic. And then your reasoning behind the Lions being pathetic because they coach care. So obviously these guys have kids. Because see, if you have kids, you understand that when you love something so much or care about something so much that your emotion spills out. So the fact that Dan Campbell was crying for the win, he even stated it. He said that it's not for me, it's for you guys. It shows the compassion that he has for his players. So yeah, he should be celebrated for that, because he's not only showing you that I'm here for us to bring this team up for the city, but I care about you as a person. So to me, that's something that should be celebrated, not put down, not talked about. So this person here doesn't understand anything about love, doesn't understand anything about empathy, doesn't understand anything about a person caring about another person. And now to the Jamal Williams speech, I know plenty of guys who gets emotional that their tears come out. Isn't so a sign of weakness, because right after that statement, he prefaced it saying, "Hey, let's go out there and whoop some people. Let's go out there and win. Let's go out there and be competitive." So it's still showing toughness. It's that some people get so overwhelmed by emotion that it comes out in tears. But the fact that this guy says that shows that he must be real young. He must don't have kids, and he don't know anything about being empathetic towards another person. And this also speaks to, it reminds me of when Deuce Daly had gave his speech, and he talked about how each player should take, and I'm paraphrasing, each player should not be afraid to tell the other person that he love him and still go out there in that field and compete and go out that field and still lay it all on the line. And then we come back, we still can hug and still be brothers. So, I didn't put this video to talk about this person per se who put the video out, but I wanted to put this video up so that the Lions and the fan base, we should be seeing things like this and use that as fuel, use that as motivation, use that to show everybody, yeah, you're talking about us, yeah, y'all talking about how pathetic we are, but look what we doing. Look how we progressing. And then my other point to this too is that it's obvious he haven't watched anything to do with the Lions, because if he watched anything to do with the Lions, especially this year, you can see an upward trajectory. You can see where they're putting pieces in place. You can see where they're building something. So to say that they're pathetic, I think is a, a way exaggeration. To say they're pathetic is something that you just try to put up a video to kind of get views. Because if you was really looking at what's going on in Detroit, you'll see the Lions are silently building a monster, are silently building a great team. So for a person to put this video out, I think they put it out in recklessness. They put it out, to get views, and they put it out and without even paying attention to what the Lions are doing. So I just want to it's going to be a short video. I just want to put this out in response to that video, because when I saw that video, I said, I'm going to respond to that and have something to say. So once again, please like, share, and subscribe. The last video, the Hard Knocks preview, has done well, and I appreciate the ones who saw the video, and I appreciate the views. But drop the comments. I'll be interested to hear what other fans have to say about people. When I can say people, this person calling the Detroit Lions pathetic and calling Dan Campbell pathetic for crying for his players. I'd be interested to see what you think. Please drop a comment. Shout out to Derek on Detroit Lions Syndicate. Keep grinding, bro. I like what you're putting out. And once again, I say condolences to Mark Orm for losing his mom. I dropped some of your comments. But yeah, I can't say I understand it because I haven't lost mine, but I know that has to be a horrible feeling, losing a parent. So my condolences to you, my brother. And until next time, peace.